sports entertainment is full of high-flying, adrenaline-filled stunts, and the WWE is no exception. Can you smell what the top 10 daily is cooking? These are the top 10 most dangerous stunts in the history of the WWE. Number 10. Edge gets sent to hell. At the 2008 SummerSlam event, the main event was one for the record books, with Edge taking on The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. Adding to the drama, the stipulation stated that if The Undertaker lost, he would have had to leave the WWE for good. The Undertaker refused to go down without a fight, and the match was as brutal as they come. Edge speared The Undertaker through the cell doors, breaking them open and sending the brawl out into the open. In the end, The Undertaker was able to win after he hit a tombstone pile driver, but the action didn't stop there. Wanting to send a message, The Undertaker climbed to the top of the cell and choke-slammed Edge straight through the ring below. The ring was obviously rigged to collapse, but that doesn't mean the bump would hurt any less. Edge had to make sure his body was in the perfect position. Otherwise, he could have been greatly injured during the stunt. Following the attack, The Undertaker climbed down to the Edge's lifeless body and posed over top of him as the lights dimmed. Jim Ross said it best, Edge has been sent straight to hell. Number 9. Shawn Michaels versus the Tables. Armageddon 2002 was an intense night for the Heartbreak Kid as he faced off against Triple H, a former best friend turned bitter rival. The two titans met in a 3 stages of hell match that opened with an intense street fight full of improvised weapons, like tables, garbage cans, and the infamous flaming 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. Definitely not something you see every day. Passing through the 3 stages, the tournament culminated in HBK's specialty, a ladder match. These matches are among some of the most dangerous in professional wrestling, and only end when someone climbs to the top of the ladder and grabs the belt dangling from the rafters. Dominating early, it looked like HBK was going to pull out the win as he climbed to the top of the ladder, but at the last possible moment, Triple H sprung back into action. Triple H knocked over the ladder and sent HBK through 4 stacked tables just outside the ring. The bump was one of the biggest in HBK's career, and the audience loved every minute of it. Number 8. Vince McMahon's limousine explodes. Not all stunts take place inside the squared circle, and any special effects artist will tell you that using pyrotechnics is inherently dangerous. In 2007, the WWE was trying out some ridiculous storylines, but no one saw this one coming. The June 11th episode of Raw was named Vince McMahon Appreciation Night and featured plenty of guest appearances and cameos from wrestlers of the past. Vince himself was despondent though. He seemed almost depressed. The episode ended with McMahon lumbering through the backstage area, and just as he got into his limousine to leave the arena, boom! The entire limo exploded in a glorious blaze. The stunt was coordinated and executed by Zenith Pyrotechnology, a well-known team in Hollywood. Ultimately, the bit didn't work out. And after a dip in ratings, coupled with the real-life tragedy of Chris Benoit, Vince McMahon was brought back to life in an episode brilliantly titled Mr. McMahon Strikes Back. Number 7. The Big Show destroys the ring. Brock Lesnar and The Big Show are 2 of the biggest superstars the WWE has had over the years, both in terms of popularity and physical size. At a combined weight of over 500 pounds, the pair were too much for the ring to handle. On an episode of SmackDown in 2003, Brock and The Big Show pulled out all the stops and literally brought the house down. Lesnar hit a superplex off the top rope, and the ring completely collapsed. The crowd lost it, but this wasn't the last time they would see The Big Show destroy the ring. At the Vengeance event in 2011, The Big Show faced off against the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, for the heavyweight championship. The match ended in a no contest after the ring collapsed once again. Finally, and very recently, Big Show was involved in the ring being destroyed for an unbelievable 3rd time. In April of this year, Big Show squared up against WWE newcomer Braun Strowman, and once again the ring collapsed under their combined weight. Hopefully the WWE has good insurance. Number 6. Shane McMahon from the Titantron. Shane McMahon has never been a stranger to dangerous stunts and high-flying moves. His legacy began in 2000 when he fell over 50 feet during his hardcore title match against Steve Blackman at SummerSlam. In 2001, he continued to build on that legacy at Backlash in a last man standing match against The Big Show. Shane climbed to the top of the Titantron and hit an elbow drop on Big Show below. This move would go on to be named the Leap of Faith and has been a signature of his ever since. At the 2003 Unforgiven pay-per-view, McMahon found himself in a last man standing match once again. This time he was facing off against the Big Red Machine, Kane. Shane climbed to the top of the Titantron and attempted his signature move, but Kane was able to move at the last second. Shane fell over 25 feet straight through the floor below, and Kane won the match after McMahon couldn't get back on his feet after a 10 count. Number 5. John Cena versus Batista. Back in 2010, long before he was lining up the big screen as Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy, Batista was a huge star in the WWE Universe. At the Over the Limit event, the two superstars completed in an I Quit match. The object of the match is pretty simple. It doesn't end until one of the two men says out loud, "I quit." The match went on for almost 45 minutes, but both men refused to say the magic words. The end finally came when John Cena hit his attitude adjustment finisher on Batista, sending him through the windshield of a prop car. Batista finally said, "I quit."
I quit! I quit!
But that didn't stop Cena from hitting his finisher for a second time, this time dropping Batista through the stage itself. Drax the Destroyer indeed. Number 4. Edge's spear through a flaming table. WrestleMania 22 marked the return of Mick Foley, who would come out of near retirement to face off against Edge in a hardcore match. Having turned heel in 2006, Edge was at the time one of the biggest villains in the WWE. Mick Foley drew first blood by tricking Edge into hitting his signature spear. Foley then revealed he was wearing a vest made of barbed wire, just like Clint Eastwood in A Fistful of Dollars. A beautifully bloody battle, the two icons used plenty of weapons throughout the match, but no one was expecting what happened next. Lita, Edge's girlfriend and longtime WWE diva, had interfered plenty of times throughout the match. Using lighter fluid that Edge had brought to the ring, she managed to light a table on fire. The pivotal and most memorable moment came when Edge hit a second spear, this time sending Mick Foley through the flames. Fans were shocked and in awe of what they had just witnessed. It was the hardcore match of a lifetime. Number 3. Jeff Hardy's greatest hits. The WWE is no stranger to high-flying stunts, but few superstars have been able to live up to the antics of Jeff Hardy. Known for his daredevil style, Hardy would constantly put his body on the line to give the fans the best possible show. Jeff has hit his signature move, the Swanton Bomb, from anywhere you can imagine. From the top of the cage, off of ladders, through tables, and even off of a truck. The type of performer who would pass up an opportunity to win the match in exchange for giving the fans WrestleMania moments that they would never forget. Jeff Hardy is a true legend. Number 2. The Undertaker versus Mankind. In 1998, during the King of the Ring pay-per-view, Mankind and The Undertaker redefined dangerous with their Hell in a Cell match. Mick Foley, aka Dude Love, aka Cactus Jack, aka Mankind, may be a legend now, but he was a fairly new face at the time. Facing off against the Phenom himself, the Dead Man, Mick Foley began the match that would forever cement his position in the WWE history books. From the moment the bell rung, fans knew they were in for something special. For starters, instead of getting inside the ring, Foley climbed on top of the 16-foot structure with a steel chair in hand. The Undertaker joined him on the top of the cell, and almost immediately, the mesh wiring started to give way. Balancing themselves so that they didn't fall, the gladiators began their battle. After only a minute of combat, the Undertaker threw Mankind from the top of the structure and sent him crashing through the announcer's table below. The match could have ended there, but there was still plenty of mayhem to be had. Working on pure adrenaline and a high from the crowd's reaction, Foley managed to get on his feet and climb back to the top of the cell. It wasn't long before the Undertaker hit his iconic choke slam and the cage gave way, sending Foley down to the center of the ring below. Time seemed to stop. Jerry the King Lawler broke character. He announced, "That's it, he's dead." No one had ever seen anything like that before. Yet still the match continued, and for the first time, household thumbtacks were used as a weapon inside the ring. The pain just kept coming for Foley as the Undertaker hit another choke slam and ended the match with his finisher, the Tombstone Piledriver. An incredible match. These moments continue to inspire WWE superstars to this day. Number 1. Owen Hart falls to his death. Entrances have always been a spectacle in the WWE universe, and the Hart family was no exception. Owen's character, the Blue Blazer, was a parody of superheroes. On May 24, 1999, at the Over the Edge pay-per-view event, Hart planned to rappel down from the rafters to the ring, but the quick-release mechanism triggered early and Owen fell all the way to the ring below. He died in the hospital shortly after, a result of the injuries he sustained during the fall. Hart had planned to retire after his contract ended to spend more time with his family. Owen was beloved by everyone in the WWE family. He had a reputation of being a prankster, always had a good sense of humor, and was easy to get along with. The type of guy that nobody ever had a bad word to say about. He was loved by the locker room, announcers, and fans alike. Vince McMahon decided that the show must go on, and the pay-per-view continued in spite of what had just happened. The tragedy of Owen's untimely death sent a shockwave through the professional wrestling world. Controversies surrounded the events following the accident, and safety regulations were adjusted. That's our list. Are there any moments that you think we missed? Any superstars you were surprised to see on the list? Be sure to let us know in the comments section, and to like, subscribe, and share this video.